Good morning, guys. Good morning. Y'all, my computer is acting crazy. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. Hope you guys had a great day on yesterday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. We are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Hope you guys are ready to get this morning started. Hope you had a good day on yesterday. I know I did. It was a good day yesterday. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel where they can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. And if they don't watch YouTube and they don't watch Facebook, we do have a podcast that they can listen to, the Live Past Crazy Show. If they don't want to do that, we have 5 books. All are available on Amazon, so they are free to read any of those books. Yeah. If you just type in my name, they will come up. Or good morning, Tiffany. Or if they would prefer to send me a message, I can send you and them the links to all the books. My computer is officially like, I've got to buy a new computer today. I think that may be my problem. So, I'm glad I have the quote of the day out already because, yeah, we're not happy over here. So, guys, if you watched the show yesterday, we had a good time. We had a good show yesterday, but today, well, let's get right into. Let's go right into the quote of the day. Good morning, Kimberly. Good morning. If you guys purchase books, all books have been mailed out. And so you should be getting your books soon and very soon. Good morning, my friend. How are you? How you doing this morning, Mr. Eric? Y'all like my hat today? And I got, y'all, I've held on to the beads as long as I can. They can't hold out any longer. So I'm trying to decide what's going to be next. All right, guys, let's get right into the quote and the thought of the day. Please make sure you share the show. And if you share it, please let me know so I can tell you thank you. And if it's something that you enjoyed on the show, let me know so that I know that I'm not talking to myself. The quote of the day, and I'm looking at my sticky note. Nothing has changed but my attitude. Therefore, everything has changed. And that's by Anthony Mello. Nothing has changed but my attitude. Therefore, everything has changed. When I tell you, if you don't get anything else, if you don't understand anything else, if nothing else makes sense to you, understand that your attitude is the beginning of all change. Your attitude is, good morning, Miss Cree. Your attitude is the basis for everything. It is without the attitude adjustment or change, nothing else can follow. Period. It just can't. It won't. There's no way how that you can't go around it. You cannot change yourself or change anything if your attitude is not the first thing. Y'all hear me tell you all the time that your superpower. Did you? Thank you, Eric. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Good morning, Miss Joe. Your attitude is absolutely everything that is going to prepare you to where you need to be. Like without it, good morning, Miss Daisy. Look, I was about to say my Spanish. I've been practicing, but I'm not comfortable saying it yet. I can speak a little around the girls because they don't speak English around me. So your attitude, the quote of the day, nothing has changed but my attitude. Therefore, everything has changed. And without your attitude being your first stepping stone to anything, um, whatever you dream, whatever you think, whatever you might want to create, it will have the hardest of time coming to pass because your attitude does not match what you say. Period. And so the first step, the simplest of simple, good morning, mama. The simplest of simple is to change your attitude. Remember, we talked about yesterday how I checked myself this week. I checked myself Monday and yesterday, and in the checking of myself. And if Tiffany is on here, I got some things yesterday, Tiffany, and it is your attitude. It's going to take the attitude change and the attitude switch for anything to happen, which leads us. And sometimes I find the quote way before I have a thought of the day. And this one just so happens to go together. The thought of the day is trust yourself with your power. Trust yourself with your power. You have to trust yourself that you know your next steps. Even if your next steps are scary, even if your next steps are shaky, even if you're not positive that this is going to work out, you know what I'm saying? Like you want to start something, like you want to grow, you want to do something different than your current community. You want to do all of these things, but you are nervous and you're unsure. And the only thing that you know for sure right now, the only thing that is certain, the only thing that you can count on is the struggle, the strife, the anger, the frustration. You're for sure, you know those things are going to happen. It is the other things that you're not quite sure of. So that's going to take your attitude adjustment and you trusting yourself with your power. You got to trust yourself with your power. You have it for a reason. It was given to you for you to harness it and use it to change the world. But first, you got to understand that it is yours to use. Again, I just say all the time, we convince ourselves that we are powerless, right? That's how powerful we are. We convince ourselves that we are powerless and that we have no next steps and no actions, when that could not be further from the truth. Things could be difficult. Yes. Things can be hard. Absolutely. You could never see the light of day coming. That is so true. And it could be so hard to dig yourself out of wherever you are. But when your attitude, when you begin to change your attitude, nothing has changed but my attitude. Therefore, everything has changed. When that foundation starts to move, then everything lines up. But trusting yourself with power. So let's do confessions and conversations with JoJo, because we are always going to talk about me, because I don't know your story, but I can understand your journey, and because I can about understand every aspect from one end to the other. Okay. Good morning. How are you? Thank you, guys. Please make sure you share the show, guys, because sharing is caring. And so confessions and conversations with JoJo is that trusting myself with my power. There are things that are happening in my career and in my life that are remember Monday, that was last week before, I talked about stretching myself mentally and emotionally and growing, and I had to make room inside of myself, and we talked about that. And I am sitting at that juncture of stepping off and trusting myself with the power that I know that I have, and being comfortable and staying where I'm at, because that is what I know. Now, there have been a lot of times where I have trusted my power and I've done things and I didn't quite understand. Like I've made moves where I couldn't see the way, but I knew that was the right way to go. And I've done things, and it has gotten me to this point. And here I am, because I've gone as far as I can go. And now it's time for me to go as far as I can go, so I can go as far as I can go. And now this next part of going as far as I can go, it's like, oh, okay. And I'm having to trust myself with my power more than ever. Before, with my attitude changes and the steps that I took, it became my foundation. I was building my foundation. It was things that I habitually did every day, thought every day, that secured myself in my power. And so I didn't question what I was doing in those steps because I had practiced it. You know, your belief system is just a series of things that you do over and over and over again, and that becomes your belief system. And you pass that down. That's how you can do all the things that everybody else in your family does. And so I realized that I was trusting myself to set up a new foundation, right? But then I've gotten as far as I can go, and it's time for me to go as far as I can go. And I've had that revelation this past week on vacation, and really these past 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, where JoJo had to sit down with JoJo and say, this is the next step. And then, y'all, this is why you got to have that quiet time for yourself. And I talk to myself, and you can say you talk to yourself too. It's okay. Where I had to say, JoJo, you have gone as far as you can go. That this is the next step. Yeah, it's gonna stretch you. Yeah, you only 5'2", but boo, you can make that jump. And some of us are doubting our capabilities and our thought process and our mental capacity, and we're doubting it so much that we never take the time to assume or know that we can make the leap. And you've given yourself, remember the power of now. JoJo is taking away every opportunity for JoJo to say no to her. The power now takes away every opportunity for me to say no to me. So I know I'm only 5'2", but if I go ahead and jump instead of saying, JoJo, you only 5'2", you can't do that. Your arms are not strong enough to make that jump. Your legs are not strong enough. Your mental space is not strong enough. If I talk myself down from it, boo, I'm going to stay here where it's comfortable. And I'm always going to be looking up there, wondering, I wonder what it's like over there. Man, I wish I could do that. I shoulda, coulda, woulda. And boo, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas is you. We are our own hindrance to our blessings first. Period. And then we can move. Absolutely. And so my transition from Monday to today, y'all, in 2 days, when you get serious about this journey, because self-care is gangster. Please, if you've never done my self-care is gangster guided journey, go to bit.ly/gangster care and sign up for that. It's a 5-day guided journey. When I say it's serious, and when you can see something negative sitting there, and if you've already done some work on yourself, you know you can't move forward until you address that. You can't. I can't go nowhere. It don't matter that I'm 5'2". It don't matter. I used to be, y'all know I used to be bald headed. It don't matter that I used to be bald headed. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Not, as Grant Cardone says, your excuses will always be valid. Either you're going to be interested or you're going to be committed. So I can have every excuse and they are absolutely valid. Yep. Single parent, 2 kids. Yep. 1 in high school, 123. Absolutely. 400 miles from my family. Yep. No support system. Yep. I can check off all things that make what I want to do valid. Why I can't do them. But if I'm a hindrance to my own self first, I don't need nobody else to tell me what I can't do. I apparently got that covered very well. So I am at that transition point. And from Monday to today, and this is just Wednesday morning, and I woke up bright and early at 5 a.m. because I was determined for something. And in that my determination, I began to trust myself with my power. But I had to have a conversation with myself Monday and yesterday that said, JoJo, listen, this is what you said you wanted, right? Yes. I said I wanted that. Well, this is what you're going to have to do to get it. And you have to take a minute and look back. Because at every juncture, every time you went as far as you can go, you got there because you said that is what you wanted, and then you did the work to get you there. And then when you got there, you said, this is where I want to go, and you did the work. It doesn't make it any different, JoJo, when you want to go to another. See, the space and the jump may be bigger. The stretch may be longer. It doesn't make the process of it any different. Period. So either my excuses are going to be valid and I won't do it, or my excuses will be valid and I will do it anyway. And I've been on this journey for 16 years. 16 years ago, July 26, I always celebrate July 26, 2004, because that was the day I walked out the front door, left my abuser. 16 years ago, I went to live in a shelter. 16 years ago, I was picking up pennies off the street so I could feed the kids. And it was at that moment that I didn't even know I had any power, but I was beginning to trust the Lord, the divine, the universe, creator, the God in me, that voice. That's why I tell you, you got to be quiet so you can listen. That's when I began right there. And y'all, and here's the thing. I got caught up in this too. You want your first step to be great, to be grandiose, and to be sparkles and fireworks and boo. It is the small steps that add up to the great ones. It is the every day that you change your mind thing, that when you stop 30 days from the day, because we're celebrating day one, not 1 days. So if this is your day one of thinking different, girl, I'm so excited for you. That's amazing, because tomorrow will be day 2 of day one. And what you're going to find is 30 days of day one, and your mindset is different. Your thought process is different. And you are beginning to trust yourself with your power and your words. Some of us, if I can be real, we don't even trust ourselves with the words that we want to say. So we never part our lips and we eat our words. And that's why our throat hurts and our stomach hurts. And we got chest pains and I got headaches. And my nerves is bad and I need a soda and I gotta eat chocolate. Well, I need this to relax. Boo, because your words and your power are stuck in your body and they're screaming to get out. And at some point, we've got to find that release for them, because if we do not, it will eat us up on the inside, which will manifest itself in all the things that are physical that hurt your body. Your shoulders hurt. Your back hurt. Your throat hurt. If my mama is on here, she would tell you from 16 to about 33, to about 38, I had problems with my throat. We went to every doctor. I've been to every doctor. My throat hurt. You don't understand. I said, sir, I have these little bubbles in my throat and I can't swallow. And I have these problems and I can't eat this food because I have problems swallowing. And I can't do this because... And I went to every doctor trying to convince medical professionals that I was ill. And if you know anything about JoJo, you know I hate doctors. I don't like to do medicine. But honey, I was convinced that there was something wrong with my throat. And what I found out is that every word that I ever wanted to say was stuck in my throat. And the minute I began to trust myself with my power, and I began to trust myself with my own words. We're eating our words because we're not confident enough to say what we think and how we feel, and then deal with the ramifications of how it's going to come out. And the minute I begin to trust myself with my words, when I tell you, problem with what? No, I don't have a problem with my throat. No, can't say that I do. No problems with my throat. After years of trying to convince medical professionals. Yes, ma'am, they sure do. And they absolutely hurt Miss Starks. And the more you eat it, the more you, because you're doing more damage by living small than you are by living great. You're not helping anyone. You're not helping your family. You're not aiding them by not living to your greatness. It's not helping them one iota. It ain't helping you. It ain't helping your kids. It ain't helping your boo thing. You're doing nobody a service by you living small. You are doing so much more damage by living small than you are by living great, because everyone has greatness in us. And when you will take your superpower, which is your mind, and you force your superpower into a box when your superpower can't even be defined, that's why you hurting. That's why, as we talked about the repotting, that's why things don't seem to make sense, because it wasn't meant for you to be that way. Your superpower, honey, it is ready to bust out and help you live your whole best life. And the first thing we have to do, it has got to be an attitude change. Nothing has changed but my attitude. Therefore, everything has changed. And your mind, if I could tell you anything, as the only Live Past Crazy specialist, is that your mindset is the first thing that you will ever, and it's the first and the hardest thing that you'll have to work on to get to where you got to go. But it is your superpower, because no one can hear what's in here. No one can stop your free thoughts. No one can stop you from dreaming. And listen, it's a fine line. Like I said yesterday, 99.9% of the time, I listen to my abuser. You fat, you ugly, you never gonna be nothing, you stupid, your mama don't want you, your daddy don't want you, you're a bad mother, you're a hoe, you're a prostitute. I listened to that, and I inhaled it, and it was my only thought process. 99.9%. And if you read any of my books, in book 1, I will tell you that I stood in that shower and I would look out the window, because there was a little window in our shower, and I would chant, I know I'm not crazy. I know I'm not crazy. And it was that percentage of my mind, that kept me sane. Me saying, I know I'm not crazy. I know I'm not crazy. Even though 99.9% of my time, I was living his words. And please understand, even when you remove yourself from a situation, whatever it has to be, it ain't got to be like mine. Your negative situation could be your friends and family that talk down to you all the time and tell you can't achieve your dreams. Your negative situation could be that friend who always say you trying to do that little job, you trying to have a little business, you trying to grow on this little journey. I hate the word little. I hate it. That could be your situation, but all you need is a few seconds, and that's the purpose of the Fearless Morning Show, is to give you that 0.5% that allows you that safe space for your superpower to grow. It just need to be activated just for a minute to say, you're not crazy, boo. You got this. This is what you can do. It don't matter that 99.9. If you have this percentage that says just for a minute you can do this, which is your thought process and your attitude change, you just need this much space. Everything else will line up. When I tell you, I promise, I'm not saying that your journey is going to be easy. No, I'm saying it will be worth it, period. It will be worth it, because when your attitude starts to change, then you can see clearly, because right now you are listening with your eyes. And when you start allowing your eyes to see where you're going, your vision is going to be blurry at first, because your eyes haven't been seeing for a long time. They have been listening to other people. Your ears and your eyes have been listening, and your eyes have not been seeing. And so now that you are allowing your right body part to do its right function, your vision going to be blurry for a minute. It's okay. Trust yourself with your power, that you are clearing up your vision, boo. You got somewhere to go. You got something to do. You got somewhere to be. You have someone to be. You are someone, and you just had to have a reminder that your mind is your superpower. I want you to put your S on your chest, stick it out, chin up, head up, shoulders back. And just for the day. And if you were like me, you only needed minutes. You couldn't even handle a whole day. Just for this second, allow your superpower to grow. Feel it. Feel the juices of it turning. Like it's that, you know what I equate it to? I hate roller coasters, but you know when you going up the roller coaster, and you all right when you first start off, like, yeah, this is fun, and you get to the top and you realize you about to, and that feeling of, oh Lord, what am I doing? And you get that feeling in your chest. That's what using your superpower feels like. Allow space for that today. Hey, Eric, 45, please understand, I feel you, brother. Living my whole best life. Not apologizing for it. Not. I am trusting my power. I am standing in it. I'm allowing. In my growth process, as I am growing mentally and emotionally and physically, and I'm making room for myself inside of myself so that I can comprehend this new journey, right? Because when you've gone as far as you can go, you have grown inside of yourself. Now you got to take a minute and make space for the next part of abundance, the next part of your journey. And that's why it pays to sit somewhere and be quiet just for a minute and allow yourself your space to grow. Look at your superpower. Trust yourself with it. Allow it to take over just for a minute. I have a quote that says, inside of you is a resolve, a will to live, and it can overpower you and make the impossible possible. And it can also overpower you and make it impossible, whichever one you choose. And here's the thing. Every day you have a choice. Every day you are the miracle that you're seeking. Every single day you are the miracle that you're seeking. Yes, Miss Creek, living my whole best life. Belly shirts, 2-piece bikinis. I'm let y'all 45. At 43, it finally clicked. 45, honey, I'm trusting this thing. I'm riding on out. Oh, absolutely. McDonald's was a wonderful starting place. We learned a lot. So on this wonderful, wonderful day, it's going to be an amazing day. The quote of the day, nothing has changed but my attitude. Therefore, everything has changed. I promise you, people will say you different when your attitude change. People will say, oh, you think you better than me when your attitude change. People will say, oh, what you trying to leave us now when your attitude change. Boo, you are qualified to be exceptional. You're just nervous in front of your current community. Do not allow them to stop your superpower. If they don't want theirs to activate, that is not your business. I tell my kids that all the time. But mama, not my business. If you've been with the morning show for a while, y'all gonna know what I'm about to say. So my children, when they want to get in somebody's business, or they want to talk about something, when they were younger, I would tell them to put their hand up. They was like, what? Put your hand up in front of your face. This in front of your face is your business. This outside of your face ain't your business. It's not. Don't get caught up. Some people need you at your best so you can be available for them at their worst. And if you keep being available to them at their worst, you're never going to get to your best because you're busy saving them at their worst. And y'all know some people who live in crisis mode all the time. Them panic patties, they always got a problem. Somebody always got an attitude. They always said something wrong to them. They always got a problem at the job. They man always doing this. They mama, they sister, they dad. They ain't ever at peace. That's panic patty. She needs you to be at your best so you can help her at her worst, which is all the time. So if you're all the time saving panic patty, what are you doing for you? You tired and you exhausted because you don't spend all your energy over there. And boo, that is you using your superpower. You already using it. Direct it. Give your words and your breath direction, y'all. It's been 3 weeks now. I've been practicing this thing every morning before I open my eyes. Literally, when you first wake up, you don't want to open up your eyes because you're thinking about if you're going back to sleep or not. Right then, that's when I say, today, I give my words and my breath direction to do this. Today, I give my words and my breath direction to do this. I'm setting my words up for success. The Bible says it can't come back void. And so if I am made in his image, right? He said I can have whatever I say. And if I'm made in his image, that means his word can't come back to him void. And if I'm made in his image, his words are in me. So I give my words something to do, and they have to accomplish that thing. I don't get involved with panic patty. She take too much of my time. My words and my breath have things to do. They absolutely have things to do. It doesn't mean I can't help my sister out. That is the whole purpose of the Fearless Morning Show, is to be my sister's keeper. However, I want you to understand this. Oprah Winfrey said this. She said, when people tell you you are full of yourself, tell them thank you. That means you have enough to serve and to give to someone else. I look at my energy bucket every morning. I have 100% of my energy bucket. If Panic Patty is going to take 95% of my energy early in the morning, that leaves 5% of my energy for me to operate throughout the day. And I need to be mindful. We need to be mindful of the people that we operate with and work with, especially if we're just beginning on this journey, because Panic Patty can take up so much of your time that you have done left over for you. And what you will find is, man, they don't need me trying to change. These people don't want me to change. These folks don't want to see me change. And they will have you question your power. When you're already using your power, boo, you're using your power right now to convince yourself, 1, JoJo crazy. 2, I can't do that. 3, I ain't like her or nobody else. She don't understand. I'm different. I can't do this. See, you're using your superpower right there to overpower the greatness in you. That's why you're using your superpower already this morning. Right. Been there, Miss Stars. Honey, been there, developed a community and built condominiums and everything, honey. Killed myself helping other people. And here's the thing, they don't care. They want you to do that. They need you to do that. And at some point, we got to decide, I need to recharge my superpower. Let me go handle mine first. So when I come back to help you, you don't deplete me. You don't empty me out and I have nothing left. Yeah, I have no qualms and no fears about saying there's some of my friends I can't talk to but once a month. That's when I've built up enough energy. So when I have the conversation and I feel depleted afterwards, I can go to sleep. And it's easy for me to give them that energy. I can't give them any energy when I'm working on something or my mindset is set on that. Doesn't make me any better. Doesn't make them any worse. It makes me more aware of my time, my superpower, and what I need and my energy. And they don't care. And some people are sucking the life out of us literally, because here's the secret. They see your greatness. They see your superpower, and they keep coming to you because they want some of it. They wouldn't be coming to you if you didn't have it. Duh. So if you got it and you already using it, can we not pay attention to it today? Can we not harness that power today and be like, okay, power, let me pay attention to you. Let me trust myself with my own power today to see what can JoJo do for JoJo in this first hour of the day. Because they already using it and you don't even know. You wonder why you tired after you talk to people, your mama, after you talk to your daddy, your sister, your brother. After you don't talk to them, you wonder why you exhausted. Well, they took all your power away. They took all your energy away. You're already using it. So today, can you take a minute and to replenish that? Trust yourself with your power to do something for you. Yes, sir. Tell somebody no. Tell them no and see what happens. It took me so long to get to that point. But now I have no problem. And here's my words. No, thank you. I don't want to participate in that today. I don't want to participate, but thank you for asking. Not participating. No. Nope. No, thank you. That's okay. And until I could get to that point to say that, I just didn't answer phones. I ain't even gonna lie. I wasn't strong enough to have that conversation with my friends like, you're depleting me, and because I didn't have the words for myself. So how could I tell them what they was doing to me and taking from me when I couldn't even articulate it for myself? So I just stopped answering the phone call. Sometimes you got to protect yourself on this journey. When you're learning to trust yourself with your power, all the time, you have to be mindful who you engage with, because they can deter you. I wrote it down on my, this guy and Tiffany, if she's still on here, is going to know what I'm talking about. I watched a video yesterday. He said he wanted to talk to us about God. And he said, goals or distractions. Goals decide your future. Goals create your future. Distractions take you away from your future. And as you're beginning to understand and trust yourself with your power, we don't have the option to get distracted. You don't. And so for me, the one good thing that happened is that I was 400 miles from anybody. I didn't know a soul. I knew 3 people. They were all former church members. And it was a good thing that my family wasn't there. I was able to trust myself to do what I needed to do. Some of us, we don't trust ourselves. Father God, we don't trust ourselves with what we need to do because we busy asking mama for her opinion. We busy asking auntie, grandma, what y'all think I should do? Boo, you know the answer. Trust yourself. Do that thing. Amen, Miss Starks. And you give so much of yourself away. It's hard to rein it back in when you've been doing it for so long. But trust yourself with your power today. It's okay. It's okay. Trust yourself with your power. You can make the right decision. You are on the right journey. You're doing the right thing. Allow space for it today. I promise it's an amazing feeling. I don't want you to get distracted by panic patties. I don't want you to get upset because someone doesn't understand your life choices. That's not their business, no way. It is yours. This is your journey, and you have arrived at the exact most perfect time that you couldn't have been here yesterday. You had to come today. This is what you needed today. You didn't need yesterday, even though yesterday was a good show. Go back and watch it. It's on YouTube. But you needed to be here today because this is what you needed today. So on this wonderful day, nothing has changed but my attitude. Therefore, everything has changed. So if you start with your attitude, it is going to help you understand your superpower. Because what you see right now is what you thought last week, last month, last year. 16 years ago, I had the thought that I don't want to live in a shelter. And I made that a reality. Yesterday, you had the thought, this is what I want for dinner, and you made it happen. You had a thought, and you put it into action. When you said, I don't want to do this thing anymore, you had a thought, and you put it into action. Your thoughts create your reality. So whatever you're living right now, you thought it. Now, some of us, hey, your crazy don't have to be like mine. It don't have to be an abusive ex-husband. It don't have to be. It could be a crazy family. It could be crazy friends. But at any point in time, you have the option to pivot and turn, to make another decision. You're one decision away from a totally different life. You are absolutely qualified to be exceptional. You are qualified to leave your current environment. You are absolutely qualified to question where you are. And you are absolutely qualified to say, why am I staying here? You have the right to ask that question. I want you to understand the power of your question. You have the right to ask that. And some people, they need to keep you distracted. Goals are distractions. They need to keep you distracted so you don't ask that powerful question, which is, tell me again, why am I here? What? Tell me again why I keep doing this over and over. And clearly it ain't working. Tell me again why I'm doing this. And they need you not to ask that question. Because the minute you ask that question is the minute things are going to change for everyone around you. Whew. Y'all, all of that was for me this here day. Trust yourself with your power. Quote of the day, nothing has changed but my attitude. Therefore, everything has changed. Yes. Amen, sir. Is it not mental? It is mental first before physical can ever happen. Because here's what could happen. Somebody could have taken me and put me in a nice home with nice things. Would I have appreciated it the same as if I worked my tail off to get it? I don't know. My journey was my journey. And I had to go through it from the shelter to the pennies to the crazy to my family not being there to going. I had to experience all of that because all of those steps allowed me to trust myself with my power. Some of us are ready to skip over the journey when You skipping over the journey is your growth process. You skipping over the journey is you understanding your superpower. You skipping over the challenges and the obstacles is you understanding what you can stand for and what change you can make. Don't negate your journey. Don't get angry at where you've been. Don't get upset about that. Let's celebrate that one, we're not there anymore, and we're trusting ourselves with our power to continue on the journey. So on this wonderful day, I hope this has helped somebody. If it has, please let me know. I greatly appreciate it. And please share the show because sharing is caring. And if your friends and family do not have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows. I have 5 books. There's one, God Says, I forget I'm opposite. God Says I am battle scar free. Fearless Woman Born to Give Thanks and Transition to Freedom. They are available on Walmart, Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble. Wherever books sold, you can find the books. The other 2 books, one on mental health and the other on leadership. If you send me a link, they're up for pre-sale. I can send you the link for those. Amen. A to the men, Eric. A to the men. Right? Period. And if y'all know what I say all the time, when you pray and ask, you got to believe first. And nothing is going to change without your belief system. And your belief system is your attitude. And your attitude is the things that you think. Thank you, Ms. Stomps. I greatly appreciate it. So, guys, please make sure you share the show. Don't forget there's a podcast. Wherever podcasts are found, we're on Apple, Android. It is the Live Past Crazy show. I am revamping it, so you should see some new stuff coming out soon and very soon. You can always go to livepastcrazy.com to learn more about me if you have any questions. There is not a question that I've not heard and I'm not afraid to answer. I've heard them all and I have thought all of them myself. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me anything. Don't forget the Sister Rise Retreat is coming up October the 16th through the 18th in Savannah, Georgia. I am absolutely excited about that. bit.ly, I can't type it on here, /Sister Rise. Make sure you sign up for that and bring a friend with you. There are payment plans available. If you send me a message, I will make sure you get the link for that as well, because the prices will be going up soon and very soon. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing day. I want you to be peaceful, period, because there's nothing after that. Peaceful, period. And remember, nothing has changed but your attitude. Therefore, everything has changed. Let's start with the attitude. And today, trust yourself with your superpower. Okay? So it's 8 o'clock. From 8:03 to 8:07 or 8:10, just sit in silence and think. JoJo said I had a superpower. What is it? I promise you won't feel a little jump like, oh, now I get to show myself. Now I get to work. I promise that's what's going to happen. And you can call me crazy. It's okay. I'm the only Live Past Crazy specialist. That's okay. I'll take that crazy. So I hope you have an amazing day. And I'll see you guys here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.